everyone to the old ruins, which I think is where you meet the Nephilim.
Instilling the
ghost.
notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop. The councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die.
Ghosts in the dungeon, etc., etc. I think it's Adria. But I believe that to be where we start, which isn't.
Need more arcane power.
Maintain your incantation.
Ave Magistros.
I am free.
Now, back to my mission.
Alright, Cormac.
You?
Let's roll.
Tell me, what brought you to this infernal place?
You're awesome.
I have unfinished business with the Skeleton King.
As do I. Down this way. There are my weapons. He's free! Do not let him read off!
I feel like I'm just fucking a huge bomb.
I am Cormac, warrior of the Templar Order.
Yes,
if
yes,
it is the Skeleton King you seek, then you will have to fight your way past John Dar. There is no reason we should hunt alone.
I suppose not. A strong spirit at my side could prove helpful.
Alright, nope, speed boost wore off too fast. Dang it. Alright. So, sidewalk. Money, yum. I forget if there's a
Black
road that makes
magic
it
bars our way, but the will of a Templar is stronger. You were a Templar, John Dar. How could you succumb to this coven?
The Coven is my brotherhood.
Please forgive me. My vision was clouded by the Coven's evil magic.
Betrayal can never be full.
Is that a two-hand? Two-handed axe, yep. Shame.
Forgiven.
Okay. Oh, movement speed is an absolute must at this point. Can't live without it. Thank you.
Thank you for your aid. If we fight,
That is
then
a- yep.
onwards. May
Yes.
the battles never end.
Well, you're my pocket healer, so I kind of need you. But we're gonna try to run as fast as we possibly freaking can. Provided things don't get too fucked up here.
When we returned from our horrific defeat in Westmarch, my beloved king lost all pretense of sanity. He seethed with rage, spitting curses upon us as traitors. With great sorrow, I ran him through.
And just...
If only they could see me now.
I will forever live in anguish for my last
that
attempt to
4 pieces,
honor
or is that
as we
just
lay him to
3 of
rest in
4?
his burial chamber. He manifested as a hideous skeletal demon. Gorash and my other knights were overcome at once, but I fought on.
Oh boy.
I don't mean now.
Oh, that was yummy. Active skill category. Oh. What do we want here? Triangle. Wave of Force is a pet. Alright, keep going up straight. Wave of Force.
You dare attack me?
Oh wow, yeah. I think
I'm so good, I astound myself.
okay, now that we have some more area of effect options, this is going to go much nicer. I think. Alright, perfect.
Just warming up.
This is awesome. Wow. Well, I guess underwhelming, but I guess if you have the right skills and or keep it up, make the most sense. I forget the alteration that you can put on it. I think thinking of slow time. It gives all the runes of the ability. It does a tremendous amount of things. Wave of Force.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
Alright, so that's the connecting. And I guess it goes.
Need more arcane power. Nicely done.
I'll be telling
There's another level
stories about that for a while.
Source. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Power hungry. Okay. First passive. Farther than 30 yards. Go with the survival. That range. I wonder. Nope, no modifications. Oh. Okay, yep, that would have been a nice thing to have. Nothing for that one. Nothing there. 14 and 19. Okay, good.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
Yeah.
We shall put you down, Hellspawn!
Nom, 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 nom.
I do not understand how evil walks in the day. It does not fear the light.
Perhaps the sun is neutral.
The light
Giving my
is both a
speakers back.
literal and figurative foe of evil.
Even better.
We have just arrived in Tristram, and I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery. Hardly fit for the King of Condoris. I cannot...
No, there was an alternative reason why you were there.
You were defeated the moment you surrendered.
So I remember getting Diablo 1.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
5th grade, I think it came out. No, it didn't come out, but that's about the time I came across it, because a friend of mine had told me his cousin had told him about it, and we found it at Walmart, where I was living. And it was 15. We bought a copy. We have to buy one copy. We came back, we got the second one, and we ended up playing it online. That was when I knew dial-up internet, but we would play together. I love that game. Played through a good chunk of it. Still doing this with the auto. That's probably his fault. Is that the broken crown or the regular one? No, the regular crown. Ooh. Amazing. Alright. Oh, I could probably go to my stash and get a big fat ruby to stick in it.
Finally, the crater.
Is it the ruby? Yeah. But anyway, we picked up Diablo 1, and I played that probably for a good amount of time before Diablo 2 came out. I know I didn't pre-order Diablo 2, but I definitely went and picked up a copy for myself and my friend for Christmas. I got mine earlier. Yeah, I got that the month it came out, I think. I waited a little bit for Lord of Destruction because I wanted the price drop in. I didn't know the great concept of money at the time. So,
Of course.
The goat.
but I think I was just in middle school. Yeah, probably. So yeah, I played the hell out of all those. I think my favorite thing ever was in Diablo 2.
Hey, come over here.
Playing my druid, I actually found I really like playing the werewolf build. And someone had given me, I'm pretty sure it would have been modified because it had more effects than it probably should have for an ordinary item. It was the Langer Brizer crossbow. But it had 100% life steal and 100% mana steal on hit. And I had lots of bonuses to attack speed, and I used the Fury skill, which would be a flurry of 5 hits. I think before they capped the ability, though, you could do up to 10 or 20 hits. So I'd just walk up to a group of monsters, and if I got surrounded, I would just swing once and destroy everything around me. 100% life and mana steal meant I kept my, I never ran out. It was fantastic. So... Alright, so let's put that in the helmet for now. But yeah, my druid was near unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable.
I have some new items
I think when that effect, they said that they had modified the difficulty of the game in its entirety. I think for Hell and Nightmare, respectively, so they were actually more in tune with what the challenge rate should be. And I remember running out of the gates of Harrogath in Act 5, and the first two enemies that walked up to me, I thought I could kill them outright like I had been used to, and they just one-shot me. So they definitely did scale the difficulty, and I was blown away by it, because I was not expecting that level of being crushed. Alright. So, we're gonna drop that.
My eye was thrilled by
Can you remember? How do you calm yourself?
Okay, where we have to go? The old ruins. This is where they said it was. So you go up. No. Oh, it's up here, apparently. Okay, I apologize, folks. Alright, getting a notification that my internet quality is not up to par. The dank cellar. We've already been here. This is not it. So it says you're supposed to go up this way, apparently, because they said something about down and to the left. Let me read my article again real quick. So, the old ruins in Act 1 should provide you with a portal there, either mode. Go to old ruins in Act 1 in adventure mode. There's a fountain.
I need to go back.
Alright, so we're just going to do this real quick to make things easy. The old ruins. Go to the fountain in the center. Ooh. I think I remember reading something about those cow skeletons being part of something. But it says go to the fountain in the center. Dark cellar, did I come down here already? Yep. Okay. So, I'm guessing I have to beat the story mode first, so we'll just get that out of the way. Good. It's probably only going to be for about 15 seconds, 30 seconds. I didn't get to see it.
If there's a sword here, we will find it.
We're going to use it up the best I can. But now I have to make that run.
These enemies defy all reason.
Cool. Level up.
Stronger within you.
Spectral blade. Okay, arcane orb got an ability. The speed and its damage, but reduces the area of effect. I can live with that.
I don't have enough arcane power.
Oh, you have to go... The Khazra-Den. Okay. That should be easy. Well, I just ran right up the road, so... Of course I wasn't going to find it, because it's always off the beaten path. Although I've never seen a layout like this in the map before. Alright, cool. Oh, this is where a special... Okay. So powerful using lasers. I'm so powerful right now. Just because I'm...
In the eastern kingdom of Kyrgyzstan, I heard rumors of Zakharum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these crusaders went east on a very different mission.
That's the Lost Mines. That's not what we're looking for. Little turd nugget, you're gonna burrow. The other thing I forgot to mention was Diablo 1. I remember looking into and finding that apparently... Whoa, what is this? Decaying Crypt? I don't think I've seen this before, so we're just going to do this real quick. For Diablo 1, I remember there being an expansion announced, but it was unofficial because the main tools that were developed, it was made by Sierra. I was trying to look for it for quite a while, but I remember stumbling across it. $10, I think. I was buying it probably because it was. But I happened to pick it up and install it, and actually that's what let me play through Diablo 1, because I only maybe got down to level 5 or so in the cathedral. I didn't make it very far just because I felt like the game was a little bit slow for a game of this age that makes sense. So I never really stuck with it. But, oop, that's a treasure goblin. Alright.
I am stronger still.
Alright, kick ass. So, playing the expansion, unofficial expansion, mind you, health for Diablo 1 gave you some abilities and such that made the game a little bit more difficult. The ability to jog in town, which skipped several frames so that you could run across town and do things like that. But I mean, just in town alone, that made things like, you know, dropping off quests or running from one end of town to grab potions or identify potions or what have you. It helped the process a significant amount, and it really, that's why I liked it. But it also gave, I think, no, actually it was, well, technically it only gave one class, which I think was the monk. He typically went unhanded, but he could use a staff. I think it improved his outward damage, but he would attack hand to hand or with like kicks and stuff. But if apparently you created a text file and you put in...
My studies indicate that a high-level cleric of the Zakharum named Akan began to sense the corruption that was eating away at the heart of his faith. He knew this corruption would eventually destroy his beloved church, and that he must take action.
I forget what the other one
After
was.
much prayer, Akan hit upon the idea of an order of crusaders.
Or whatever. But,
There are
I forget
forces
what, I know that the
arrayed
barbarian
against us
was the
that are
one that was the
stronger than
spoof
we
of
ever
the
imagined.
warrior.
Some
He
greater
could hold, I
purpose
think,
lies behind these
two-handed
trials
weapons in
that I
one
do
hand
not
with a
yet know
shield.
It
He
is
also had
destiny, hero. Let us
magic,
keep
and he
moving.
could never level it up. So it was pretty much strictly a melee class. And that's the one actually I chose to level it. Just
Please.
oh, the event here. Okay.
Please.
It just made more sense. I think
prepare
with
to
how
face
I played
my
it,
Our meddling daughter would do well to...
His folly to disturb us.
At last,
getting wrapped up. Whoa!
we are free.
What was that? Yeah, so I played the barbarian. I think the kind of outline guide that I had looked into and started reading about play with a sword and shield right up to like getting the butcher, I think, if you got that as a quest, because the game would randomly generate what quests that you got. And
Unstoppable.
Yeah, play right up until about getting the butcher level 3, then find a... Usually start working through a big two-handed weapon and just roll with that for the dungeon.
Agan gathered the most devout,
and then when you
driven,
get right up to
and
about,
martial
like,
Zakarum
caves, or
he
down
taught
to
them to channel the
between
power
10
of
and
light
13,
in the same way that the newly found...
That's 2 or 3 legendaries. Holy shit. Wormwood and... Is that Exarian? Wildwood. Oop, he went right up to the top. I think that's Exarian. No, the Zweihander. That's a 2-hand. Nope, don't like 2 hands. This is a 1-hand. We'll work with that. Alright, quick gear check.
Did paladins were being trained.
But no.
But these recruits, these crusaders, were given
use a
insight
two-handed,
into the
then we
primal
get down
powers
to,
of Zakarum.
like between
In
10
a
and 13,
way,
I think it was, they said,
no
look for another
paladin
sword and
ever
shield
was.
again, because that's when things would start to get hectic, and they really did, because I think the witches, or the Black Knights, or whatever they were, that were lower, they were fast and they hit really hard. Hellfire also gave you 2 extra content levels. You had this brain-looking crypt thing that opened up, I think, once you got around to level 10 or 13 of the cathedral. And that was a whole, I think, like 3 to 10 levels on its own or something like that. It was really weird. It kind of had like a sci-fi alien space adventure feel to it, because the music just sounded like something out of like Star Wars or something galactic. It was really twangy and just strange, and it had some weird adventures, but it had some nice rewards. And then I think either before you beat Diablo or shortly after. No, I'm pretty sure you can do it before, because that's what I did. Because he gives you a sweet quest reward. Is you could go battle Diablo's brother or something like that. He kind of looked like Cthulhu, because he had a bunch of like tendrils coming out of his face and stuff, but he was a kind of like a hybrid of the Butcher, it looked like, because he was like big and bulky and had a lot of muscle and stuff. He hit pretty hard. But you could go beat him, give you some sweet gear, and I think it was a quick dungeon anyway. 2 to 4 levels or something like that. I think. Maybe 5 to 6, I don't know. But I did that real quick, and then I think almost every game, as part of the expansion, you got the quest to get the bovine plate, which was given from a cow guy that stood in town. And all he just talked, but once you got to a sufficient level or deep enough in the dungeon, he would give you a quest where it would give you a piece of plate that had a lot of nice stats on it. And it gave you like plus 10 to your light radius, which was actually really helpful at the time. Why did I come in here? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was super helpful, and I think once you got it, you pretty much stuck with it. Some of the super stuff, demon carapace or whatever that was, demon jacket or something. That was one that was highly sought. That's pretty good stuff. But then again, with it being legendary, it's totally up to chance and finding it, whatever.
A piece of the sword must be in this cave.
But yeah, I think I stuck with that till the end of the game. I found a nice sword and shield while I played through with my barbarian. I think
you dare attack me! Kill him!
Had a life steal on it. I think it was a knight's blade. I think it was.
We must hurry with the ritual.
Really worked out, and I remember.
With the stranger's
magic. To this day how
Who are
light
you to
transpired.
take what is
yours?
regarded?
To hell with
Very well. Let the games be.
Oops. I didn't finish. Sorry. I was down to my last little bit of health. I'm talking probably 1 or 2 hits and I would have died. But somehow, I don't know how I managed it, but I kept swinging at him and I think I hit him 6 to 10 times in a row. Evocation. What is that? That's gotta be one that hasn't been there before. Reduces all cooldowns by 20%. Well, I'm not using any cooldowns, so that's not terribly useful. Ray of Frost. Magic Missile. Cast out a shard of ice that explodes on impact, dealing cold damage and freezing enemies. That's helpful. Wave of Force. We'll stick with what we got. That works just fine. I think I'd either dodged attacks or I had blocked every single one of his attacks. At that point it took to finish him off, and I killed Diablo. But that was a very, very tense afternoon. I remember
Magda
because I thought I was going to die and I was going to make it. I got really lucky with my hits and my shield blocking every single one of his attacks, and I took no damage. I also ran out of potions at that point, so that's why I was kind of freaking out at the time. But it ended up working in my favor, and I could say that I have successfully beaten Diablo 1, which I never thought I would, just because once I jumped over to Diablo 2, it kind of didn't make sense to go back.
You and I aren't so different. I have great power
the changes, especially like sprinting, stamina bar,
I have no control over mine.
In-depth skill trees,
it's only happened a few times in my life,
just,
and only when I was in grave danger.
It's like, well,
something rises up from deep within me, and well, I can't really explain it.
So it kind of, yeah, it helped me out, and I managed to beat it. But then I went right back to Diablo 2.
Please help! They're going to kill my friend.
Okay, so we're gonna end this episode here. I've come up actually a little bit later than I normally do on my episodes. So I'm probably going to resume one more episode before I have to go to bed tonight. I think tomorrow I'm working a kind of like a mid shift for the weekend, so I should be able to get back online really quick here, and probably plow right through to the end of the game. So I will see you all, folks, in just one moment.